Hi, my name's Kenneth Craig, and I'm a candidate for the position of mayor in the upcoming municipal election in the Municipality of Kincardine. I couldn't help but be impressed by the now King Charles when, as a boy, he was informed that he was to become the Prince of Wales. And he resolved to be able to speak the language of the Welsh people. He said, "How can I lead if I cannot speak the language of the people?" And that's my resolve as I enter this race to be the mayor of Kincardine, is to resolve to be able to speak the language of the people here in the Municipality of Kincardine. I want to be able to speak the language of hockey mums so that registrations are easier. I want to speak the language of developers so that applications for building construction is easier. I want to speak the resolve of do-it-yourselfers that need a building permit and just need some guidance. I want to be able to speak the language so that we can together build a bright, prosperous, and diverse community. I have three priorities here in Kincardine. First off, as well as resolving to speak the language, we need to have a council whose decorum is exemplary. We need to be wonderful representatives of our people, of our community at the provincial and federal level. We need to be above reproach in our actions, and we need to encourage each other to come and speak openly and frankly without the fear of being attacked for who we are or what we represent. Secondly, I want to improve the overall quality of life here in Kincardine. We have so many rich memories of the history and the culture of Kincardine, and our culture is growing and diversifying. I want our children to have the same wonderful memories that we had as we were growing up, or as we saw in Kincardine, as we looked at it from afar and said, Kincardine is a place that I would like to live in. I'd also like to improve and increase the population here of Kincardine. I believe that a population increase would encourage developers to come. It would encourage restaurants and retail outlets to come. And also an increase in population helps to alleviate the tax burden that we all bear. More people sharing the financial responsibilities lessens the load for everyone. And as well as all those great advantages, as people come to Kincardine to live out their hopes and their dreams and their futures, they bring their culture, they bring their wisdom, they bring their great ideas. The 17th of October is when we begin our election process. I would encourage you to open that envelope and cast your vote. Thanks for listening. I'm Ken Craig. I'm running for mayor.
Hi, I'm Laura Haight, and I'm running for mayor of the Municipality of Kincardine. I was born and raised in St. Thomas, Ontario. I got my degree in political science from Queen's University in Kingston in 1984. After that, I moved to Yellowknife, where I met my husband, Ken. Shortly after that, we moved in together in Victoria, and then we got married, had two boys, and raised our family here in Kincardine starting in 1992, when I became the deputy clerk in town. Kincardine is a great place to raise a family, to enjoy all that nature has to offer, participate in community activities, and really just live your best life. I'm running for mayor because I'd like to see a degree of civility and discussion take place at the council table. Far too often, decisions are made outside of the chambers, and people come to the chambers with a decision already made in their mind. That's not how democracy works. You need people who will listen to you, who will empathize with you, who understand the problems that you're going through, and come up to the best decisions that can be made on behalf of the whole municipality. I'm excited for the next 4 years that Kincardine has to offer. The previous council has done great work with respect to installing infrastructure to service the lands behind No Frills and the lands north of town. We're looking at issues in Bruce Township and Tiverton. I know that a big burning issue for many people is whether or not we should have a new community center. I personally don't think we need a new hall, but I'm all on board for spending money on Tiverton. And quite frankly, I'd like to see us redo the old Whitney, take off the old school part, build a lovely, suitable hall for large meetings and gatherings, and include the library in that, but not just a library that everybody else has, a library with 3D printers and tools and toys and all the rest, something that will make people in Kincardine go to Tiverton. Ken and I took the boys up there for soccer and hockey all the time. Why wouldn't I take my kids or grandkids now up to Tiverton to enjoy something that nobody else has? I'm not certain we need any more hall space, but I do like the idea of spending some money in Ward 3 this time around. What do I bring to the table? Well, I bring some experience. I'm a committed volunteer. In 2008, I ran the Kincardine Old Boys as its chairperson. I've served on the board of directors of the Association of Municipalities of Ontario. I've volunteered at the curling club. I've run baseball tournaments and ball tournaments and hockey tournaments. I've run Doors Open. What can I say? Volunteerism keeps this community going too. I would like to thank you for your support this coming October, and when you cast your ballot for mayor, vote for Laura Haight. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Andrea Clarke, and I'm running for the position of Deputy Mayor for the Municipality of Kincardine. I think it's an absolute honor to be able to even run for this position. A little bit about myself is that myself, my husband, our 3 children had the wonderful opportunity in 2018 to relocate to Kincardine. We found this to be a beautiful, warm, and welcoming town, and we feel that we are so fortunate to reside here. We've had the opportunity to enjoy both the recreational side of Kincardine with having 3 young children. You'll often find us at the ice rink on a weekend or the soccer fields during the summer. I've also had the pleasure of being able to sit on the council for the past year. That's given me the opportunity to get my feet wet, to learn a little bit more about how the council functions and to understand some of the pressing issues that we face here. Personally, some of my top priorities, if I'm elected as deputy mayor, is to deal with the issue concerning physician recruitment and retention. There's no doubt that this has been a pressing issue. We hope that having established the physician recruitment committee, that we can see the pressure of the current shortage ease in the years to come. It's been a real opportunity to see firsthand how the committee has been working together and within the community. Another one of my priorities is that of affordable housing. There's no doubt that this is a complex issue that isn't solved quickly, but one of the things that can be looked at is just the zoning bylaws and look at the opportunities that we currently have by perhaps addressing the issues concerning zoning. Once again, the issues of affordable housing is certainly a pressing matter in the community that I'd love to see addressed. And supporting our thriving businesses. There's no doubt that many of these businesses have just had to navigate some very challenging times throughout the pandemic. So personally, I'd love to give the businesses as much support as we can in the coming years. In addition to that, I'd love to see that the municipality as a whole and all of the wards come together and be really a unified community. We have so much possibilities here, so many opportunities, that if I'm elected your deputy mayor, one of the things I'd like to do is to ensure that we unify. I hear the concerns that are being raised, I hear the issues, and we have to look at the equitable status of each of the wards and that their needs are all being met. Thank you so much for your time, for listening to me today. I am contactable, and my website is andreaclarke2020.ca. Thank you.
I'm Uli Hack. I'm running for deputy mayor. I have lived and worked together with my brother Martin for 40 years in Kincardine. We run an organic farm together. I have over 30 years of experience working in boards, mainly in the biodynamic and organic movement. I have been chairman of Demeter Canada for over 21 years because no one else wanted to step up. I usually have a pretty good working relationship in boards. I decided to run for council as next generation starts to work on the farm, and that frees me up a bit, and so I decided I'll take that opportunity and run for council. I first signed up as mayor, as I signed up early based on my experience on the board, and when Kenneth Clarke signed up also as mayor, I decided I'd rather run with him than against him, and so when I switched to deputy mayor. I love Kincardine, and I love what many of the councils previously have established in Kincardine. I love the trails, I love the new bicycle paths, the beaches, the washrooms, and want to continue to keep Kincardine that beautiful. I have priorities with healthcare. There is many people that don't have a family doctor, and so we have to continue with recruiting doctors. We have to work on improving our hospital and anything else that has to do with health, which includes fitness, which means trails and other things that helps physical fitness. I also want to encourage building to help with the housing shortage, and especially affordable housing, that we collaborate together with builders, developers, and other government agency like Bruce County to get to something built. And values for me are honesty, trust, careful spending, and well working together, and acceptance of different opinions, and doing things well together. Thank you.
My name is Beth Blackwell. I'd like to thank Rogers for giving me this opportunity to speak directly to you. I'm a proud Ward 1 resident. I've lived here almost all of my life. It is an absolute honor for me to be living here and working here and raising my family here after having my own idyllic childhood here. I am even more privileged and humbled by the opportunity to represent Ward 1 in the upcoming term of council, and I really appreciate all of the messages and comments from folks over the period of campaigning that I've received. It's been really, really exciting for me to learn all about your issues and to learn more about what's going on in our community. I chose to run because I wanted to see more diversity at the council table. I wanted to see some more forward-thinking leadership, and I wanted to have a younger voice represented. Our community is growing. There are more and more families returning to our area, and I really wanted to be able to represent that voice. I'm also extremely passionate about our community. Anyone who knows me knows that I love Kincardine almost more than anything else in the world. And I really want to be a part of making our community more vibrant, inclusive, affordable, and just amazing as we move forward into the future. There was a question at the All Candidates debate on Monday that really had me thinking, and it was, what are your top 3 priorities for council? And I thought there's so many different ways to answer that question. You could talk about upcoming projects that are going to be major issues in the budget, including the Queen Street reconstruction project, potentially the upcoming school, as well as hospital redevelopment. There's also key issues, which for me include things like youth, inclusion and diversity, equity, which includes equity across all of the wards in our municipality, ensuring that we all have the services we need, as well as sustainable resource management, which includes natural resources, fiscal resources, as well as human resources. But as we all know from the past couple of years, the priorities and projects that council undertakes can change in the blink of an eye. The issues and things that we feel are important today could drastically change with things that are happening around the world or things that are impacting our community that we couldn't possibly foresee. So instead, I wanted to talk a little bit about what my values are. I value collaboration. I really want to work together to make our community as strong as we can. That means working with other councillors, with staff, with committees, and with government partners and community partners as well. I also really value respect. I expect from my fellow councillors to treat each other and our community with respect, to have respectful debate, to have decorum, and to act as role models for what we expect in our community. And lastly, I really, really value community consultation and input. I want to hear from you. I want to keep an open mind. I want to be able to listen, and I want to work together so that we can make our community strong.
Okay, first of all, it's an honor, and I'm excited about being on council for another 4 years. That was kind of my goal when I ran the first time. Two of the most important things in my going forward here is doctors and houses. Like when I was, people my age, people my kids' age, grew up expecting to own a house and have a doctor. Now, some communities in Ontario that will happen, and some it will not happen. Right now, it cannot happen here. And if the council that's elected over the next term or two moves things forward in the right direction, I really believe this community can be one of those towns that their kids can look forward to having a house and a doctor. With the growing number of kids that we have in the public schools, it just proves what's known across Canada, that growth is coming to all parts. We don't have to be as good as Port Elgin, but we've got other municipalities around us like Goderich and here in Kinloss that are growing quicker than us. And we've got to get up to speed in a few things. I believe that we can develop, out behind No Frills, out in behind the hospital, right out towards the airport. That way we have highway access. I really believe that if we look into some things to develop density housing, affordable housing, all different prices. When doctors have looked here in the last couple of years, considered Kincardine, there wasn't housing. That consideration didn't last long. Like, housing is the key, and I thought that when I got on council, but I learned that that's, talking to people in other municipalities. all over the province. I enjoy going to those meetings, and that's what I've learned, that the towns are doing better than us. But I really believe that we've got the great staff, and I believe going forward that we can move projects quicker. Quality of life, pickleball courts have to be built. Volleyball courts we built at the beach finally. It feels like a beach to me now. We could build some more in Tiverton and Inver Huron. Outdoor hockey rinks, coverings over the baseball diamond, all those recreation things that are important, that it's a quality of life for all people, all ages. Like I say, there's lots more amenities. People say it's too late to get Walmart or get this or get that. Well, it's never too late to try to do something good for those kids that are in the public school. We can't think that way, that we're too late. We have to, now that we've developed 21 Highway and we have natural gas, we're going to have a chance to get those places. That's it. Like I said, it's an honor. I'm excited about the next 4 years. There's lots more to talk about, but that's it. Thanks. Bye.
Today is the day I want to make a difference. And the difference I make have lasting value for my children and their children. My name is Carol Blake. We are Blake Farms and we live east of Armo on Concession 7. I have gone door to door to meet my neighbors and say hi again and welcome new residents into our community. While I have had time to stop and listen and hear what they have said, I have recorded concerns. I want to advocate for my Ward 2 constituents. Rural fiber optic. There is no fiber optic east of Highway 21. We need transparency and accountability. I want to advocate road and bridge reconstruction. The turbine construction ruined the rural roads, and we need to have a plan. The turbines also ruined municipal ditches and drainage, and the drainage is also on the cottage side with some of the new builds of housing along the lake. We also always have to hold municipal responsibility for finances. And every dollar that is spent by council must be spent like it's our own. We also have to be concerned about the landfill it is in my backyard. As a counselor, if you want a counselor with good stewardship in her community, I'm your counselor. If you want a counselor that will investigate and debate new and old policy, I'm your counselor. If you want a counselor with a voice, make Blake your voice, a leader, a team player, and who gets the job done.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Rogers folks for allowing us this 3 minutes to be able to talk to all the people in Kincardine, but especially the ones in Ward 2. My name is Bill Stewart. I'm the incumbent from Ward 2 currently. I've done 1 term. I'm hoping that you'll vote for me to do the 2nd term. Ward 2 is a very interesting place. It's really a rural sort of type of place with a farm community, and then you have the lakeshore community, which is both seasonal and it's also full-time. And it's becoming more and more full-time. The ward is actually about 25% of the population of all Kincardine, and almost about 30% of the taxes collected comes from Ward 2. The things, we could talk about the social issues, but we were talking about that at the Davidson Center. What I really like to talk is more of the things that really involve us in Ward 2. And there's lots of things. It's the roads, it's the ditches, it's the bridges, it's basically public property, it's the trails. These things are so important to us. Sometimes we have to spend a lot of money and we don't really show it, but these things are very important. To do a concession road, which we are starting to pave quite a few of them, is about $1 million a year. We're also looking at redoing the bridge on Concession Road 5, which is about $3 million, and then there's the road itself, which is another $2 million. So you can see our budgets are about $30 million a year, which about $10 million is capital and about $20 million is operational. So you can see we have been putting a lot of money in the last 4 years into the infrastructure in both Ward 2 and Ward 3. But it's going to take even more. It's going to take a concentrated effort. One of the things that I've been known for in council is trying to hold bottom line. I'm very big on budgets. I'm trying to get more out of what we actually spend. I do not want to see increases of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, even double digits. I've been trying to hold them down to less than 4. I haven't been quite successful because I'm only 1 vote out of 9, but I hope that you will continue on supporting me so I can bring all these things back to you and even some further ones. But thank you very much for the time. Once again, my name is Bill Stewart, the incumbent for Ward 2, and I hope I can count on your vote on October 24th. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Amanda Steinhoff-Gray, and I'm running for Councillor Ward 3. Margaret J. Wheatley once said, "There is no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about." I would like to be that voice for my community. I'm very lucky to have been able to move home to Tiverton, where I was born and raised, and it means a lot to me that I might have an opportunity to share the voice of my community. Please vote for me in this year's elections. Again, Amanda Steinhoff-Gray, Ward 3.
My name is Rory Kavanagh, and I'm running for Councillor at Large. I believe in making decisions that improve the affordability of the lives of all our residents across all our wards. I'd like to improve healthcare access to all our residents by recruiting and retaining our local physicians, nurses, nurse practitioners, and other medical specialists to provide for the community that spans all ages. Our next council will have to step up and tend to our trails, parks, beaches, and community and recreational facilities. Finally, I would like to see a council that is more accountable and conducts themselves more appropriately through stronger standards. A little bit about myself. In 2018, I moved here with my wife, 2 daughters, and my dog Finn. We moved to a small farmhouse halfway between Kincardine and Tiverton. She opened her medical practice and has since taken on 1,300 patients in the local area. I got involved with the community. I have the privilege of serving as the president of Elgin Market Public Schools Home and School Association. I also get to coach youth sports, and I'm enjoying my time as a member of the Kincardine Nimrod Club. If you're like me and you want to see this municipality become the best it can be for all our residents across all our wards, I hope that on October 24th, you will vote for me, Rory Kavanagh, for Councillor at Large. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jim David. I am a 4-year resident. My wife and I moved here from Elmira. Kincardine is our forever home as we both ease our way into retirement. I am running for Councillor at Large and would like to represent the municipality and its residents living in Armo, Burvey, Glamis, Inverhuron, Kincardine, Millerton, Tiverton, and Underwood. I am running because I want the challenge, experience, and opportunity to do something good for the municipality. A municipality facing many challenges. Housing. The need for housing is a major priority. There isn't enough choice and current demand is too high for the supply. Townhouses, apartments, single family, seniors housing, and affordable housing are all on the needed list. With growth comes stresses on roads, schools, recreation, and hospitals. All must be dealt with carefully, and all solutions should include public input. Environmental issues related to construction must be considered, and there has to be trees planted for the ones lost. The current survey about possible changes to our lakeshore will be another interesting topic. Also with growth comes the need for increased shopping choices. The municipality of Kincardine has to put out the welcome mat for new business and growth. On October 24th, please consider me, Jim David, for Councillor at Large. Above all, remember to vote. It's in your hand, and let's keep the municipality of Kincardine the place of great energy and balanced life. Thank you, Jim David.
Hello, I'm Jeff Hegmans, your candidate for Councillor at Large in the Municipality of Kincardine. I'm 41 years old, and I have been married to my wife, Ashley Bile, out of Inverhuron for the last 20 years. We raised our 3 teenage daughters in Tiverton, and I also started my career in Tiverton as a local chimney sweep. Then I became a Boilermaker and worked at several industrial sites throughout Ontario, including Bruce Power, where I often supervised a lot of jobs. I also was on the fire department in Tiverton for 12 years before we moved to Kincardine, where I've been on the department there for the last 4 years. I'm running for council because I want to be the voice of people in the municipality throughout, whether you live in Kincardine or Burvey or Millerton or Armo, Inverhuron, Tiverton, North Bruce, Underwood, or anywhere in between. I want to be your voice. So I'm here to listen and to really hear what you have to say. I know there's issues, and that's why I want to run to be that voice in the council room for you. So I plan on digging deep into the issues and really solving some of the problems we have. I'm aware that there's lots that need to be solved, but I'm willing to work hard and be your candidate to represent you. So when it's time, vote for Jeff Hegmans for Councillor at Large, Municipality of Kincardine. My website is www.jeffhegmansforcouncil.com. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Mike Hinchberger, and I'm running for Councillor at Large in the upcoming municipality election. I'm 57 years old. I was born and raised in Sarnia, Ontario, in a family of 4 kids. I went to, after high school, I went to the University of Western Ontario in London, got a degree in chemistry, and in 1989 I came to Bruce County to get a job at the Bruce Nuclear Power Development. I worked for the past 30 years there in roles such as chemistry and environment management. I moved to operations in 2005, became a CNSC certified shift manager at the Bruce B station, and after that I had various operations management roles, including head of operations training and director of operational focus. I retired in August of 2020. I live in Kincardine with my wife Tracy. We have 3 daughters, ages 17 to 30 years old. Why did I get into politics? When I retired, I thought I'd had enough and it was time to relax and enjoy life. But over the past couple of years, I started to pay more attention on what was going on around me. Wasn't completely satisfied with what I saw. Thought I could do something to help. And I'm a firm believer that you really don't have the right to complain about something if you haven't done what you could in order to fix it. So I became progressively more interested in municipal meetings, started reading legislation and regulations, and it all kind of just went from there. I've got 4 priorities for the municipality. They're sustainable economic development, inclusion and diversity, housing for all, and value for taxpayers. They're not in any particular order, and I think solutions to any one of them help the rest of them as well. I think we need to develop economically. We need more amenities and services in this area. We also need to diversify in preparation for the wind down of the Bruce Power Life Extension project, but we need to do this in a controlled way. Housing for all, I think we need to move rapidly on solutions for affordable, attainable housing across the board. A number of developments that have started, they need to finish and we need to push forward with new ones, but we need to do it responsibly. Inclusion and diversity, I believe that we need to live in a society that recognizes all walks of life and judges people based on their actions and not where they come from, what their sex, gender, race, ethnicity is, etc. And lastly, for value for taxpayers, that's where we ensure that we do things in accordance with the finances that the municipality has at its disposal. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Jennifer Prenger, and I'm running for the position of Councillor at Large in the Municipality of Kincardine because I love my community and I want to help make it even better. I have a background in economics, political science, and policy analysis and development, and I want to put my skills to work for you. I currently reside in Ward 2 in a wonderful community of great people, and I want to do right by them. But I chose to run at large because I would also like the opportunity to be the voice for anyone in the municipality. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about me, you can check out my website. It's jenniferprenger2022.ca or email me at jenniferprenger2022@gmail.com. And I'm here asking for your support during this campaign and for your vote on October 24th because I'm confident you'll be happy you did. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Scott Wilson, and I'm looking for your support in the coming municipal election as a councillor at large. Why? Well, first, it's my goal that the entire municipality be represented in the future. Many areas currently feel left out and unrepresented by council. I believe that I can help to address that concern and to be a unifying force in the municipality. We need to work together in the days ahead. We are facing some challenging times financially. Record inflation will put extreme pressure on our budget. It is the job of our representatives to ensure this burden is not simply placed upon the backs of the taxpayers. It will be necessary for us to scrutinize our spending and to work with Kincardine staff to find efficiencies and to reduce our operational spending. Lastly, many people seem to feel that the councils of the past have not been listening. I would like to see that change. I would like to meet with more people and listen to their concerns and hear them out. And secondly, I want to then go and do the work to understand those issues and what it takes to solve them. I then hope to work with the council as a whole to forge plans to address these issues, and then finally to act on them in a timely manner. Listen, understand, and act. This area has a strong past, and I want to make it an even brighter future for all the people throughout this municipality. Thank you for listening.
I would like to thank Rogers Kincardine TV for providing this opportunity. Further, I'd like to thank Matt and Rogers for providing many opportunities over the last 4 years for me to come on and chat about education and schooling in Blue Water. It was especially important when our schools were closed and kids were learning online and at home. Being able to chat directly to parents and the communities we serve was so appreciated. Over the last 20 years, it has been a privilege to serve the Municipality of Kincardine and the Township of Huron-Kinloss as your elected public school trustee with the Blue Water District School Board. As the former chair and now vice chair, I, along with the other trustees, are responsible for balancing yearly budgets of over $240 million. For me, publicly funded education is crucial. It is an equalizer in our society. And it's very important for all children that we have a strong, publicly funded education system. Not all children come to school to learn, but all children come to school to belong. And it is in that belonging that learning takes place. Student success and well-being are the primary focus for trustees. However, it has been a critical time in public education. The three major issues facing rural school boards like Blue Water and impact one another are staffing shortages, learning recovery, which is early literacy and math, and mental health. Surrounding all of these issues is the equity, inclusion, and diversity lens as mandated by the Ministry of Education. Learning loss accumulation has real effects on the mental health of kids. Thus, I will ensure that student well-being and their voice is centered. I'm a strong rural school advocate and know that with the right supports, every child can thrive. It is in that passion about public education, children's well-being, and service to others that I've put my name forward for re-election as your trustee. Looking ahead, I'm hoping to continue to make Blue Water District School Board the best it can be, along with students, families, education staff, and community members to ensure we continue providing a safe, caring, and inclusive learning and working environment that enables all our students to be successful. On October 24th, I hope to again earn your trust and support with your vote to re-elect Jan Johnstone, Public School Trustee with the Blue Water District School Board.
Hello, my name is Ray Richards and I'm running for the position of school board trustee in the public system. I grew up just north of Toronto in Richmond Hill and moved to Ripley for my first teaching position back in 1975. I lived just south of Ripley for 9 years and moved to Kincardine. I've never run for any position before, but I do feel I have insights into what is needed to help our children because I taught for this board, Bruce County and then Blue Water School Board, for 29 years. Taught all grades from junior kindergarten to grade 8. And then after I retired, I taught and was principal administrator for a small private school here in Kincardine for 4 years. My feeling is that every child should feel safe in their school experience. They should be able to expect that every day should be free from ridicule, bullying, or teasing, and both teachers and students should be able to return home at the end of each day feeling they've accomplished something and also be able to say they had a good day. I'm also very involved in the community. I drive for Meals on Wheels and do volunteer driving for home and community services out of for Bruce Gray. I sing in a number of seniors' homes in the area. You may have seen me downtown singing in the summertime. I also have done songs and puppets for some of the daycares in town here. Unfortunately, due to COVID, that was put a halt to quite a while ago, but hopefully that'll start up again. My main reason for running is my compassion for children. I love to meet former students in town to find out what life paths they've decided to follow and see how they've turned out. When it comes to vote, I hope that you strongly think of my name. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Lori DeCastri and I'm running for English Separate School Trustee for Bruce Gray Catholic District School Board in Huron-Kinloss, Kincardine, and Brockton Ward 31. I live in Point Clarke and I have been living in Point Clarke since the 80s, and I'm just going to refer to my bio that I'm sharing with everyone. My goal with the bio is to be electronic this year, avoiding too many excess papers for the garbage and single-use plastics and signs. I have raised my daughter here and she is a graduate of Bruce Gray Catholic District School Board and is off to university now pursuing a dual degree at the University of Guelph. Both my parents were educators, my father a professor and my mother a K-8 teacher also worked in Bruce Gray. I work in both healthcare and education and share my time equally between the two. I work in finance at Wingham District Hospital and teach at Conestoga College. The majority of my community involvement is now the role as chair of the board for Bruce Gray Catholic District School Board. I'm a graduate of McMaster University with a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, a diploma in Business Administration, certificates in Human Rights, Critical Thinking, Leadership, Governance, and more. I'm currently engaged in a Master's of Adult Education at St. Francis Xavier University in Nova Scotia. When I was asked to run for the trustee position by my parish priest about 12 years ago, I didn't realize it was a political position. I did not hop on the opportunity right away and denied him a few times before looking into it and thinking this was something I thought I would like to pursue. And I had served with him on parish council and parent council at St. Anthony's School and Church. Over my years of service as a trustee, I've become thoroughly educated with the role and the responsibilities of Catholic trustee in the province of Ontario. It is a position of governance, respect, and leadership, and is governed by the Ministry of Education through Queen's Park. As a trustee, my role has been one of commitment to Catholic education, students, parents, communities, and those involved in Bruce Gray Catholic District School Board. I've worked diligently over the years to create and maintain excellent relationships with the family and most community partnerships that we serve. What keeps me focused in the role is respectful, effective, and open, supportive relationships where we all work together for the common goal of student success and achievement. I hope to be able to continue the good works we have in progress. My main objective for running in the fall is to continue this good work, as it is something that I plan to fight for Catholic education in the province of Ontario, and I hope to maintain the choice that it provides for our families and our communities. If I'm a successful candidate in the upcoming election, I'll continue to work with my community and ensure that we're providing the highest level of Catholic education in the best and most fiscally way possible. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters in Christ, my name is Alan Kempert. I'm running as a trustee candidate for the Bruce Grey Catholic District School Board. I've been blessed to live and work in Bruce Grey since 1995. I'm the proud father of 2 grown sons, both of whom graduated from Bruce Grey Catholic schools. Many people will know me as the bat guy, as I specialize in bat removal and preservation, but before that I worked for 25 years in the quality field as an internal auditor, supervisor, and continuous improvement coordinator. I'm a devoted, practicing Catholic. As to why I'm running for a trustee position, I want to advocate for the parents and students of Kincardine, Huron-Kinloss, and Brockton Ward 31. I hear from many parents and students who feel that Catholic schools could be doing better. We need to remove politics from education and equip our children with the skills they need to succeed. Furthermore, I want to protect our right as Catholics to have schools which promote Catholic moral teaching. While canvassing, I've been questioned as to what my experience is. While I've been blessed to have the opportunity to educate children and youth of all ages on environmental preservation, especially on the important role bats play in our ecosystem. I also served as a Catholic youth leader at a local church. It's amazing to see how responsive our youth are to hands-on experience and mentorship. I want to take that experience with shaping our youngest minds and shape policies and procedures at the board level. My experience and training in the quality field gives me the understanding of how to make things better and all the steps necessary to get there. I'm also a Catholic men's group leader, as well as a member of the Knights of Columbus. Regarding opportunities for improvement at the board level, I think transparency is at the top of the list. Many parents feel left out of their children's lives at school. If elected, I will work to ensure parents are informed and consulted. I also work with parents to create a simple method to keep them informed of motions and how I voted on them. Also, we need to get back to basics with our education so that our kids get the right foundation through Bruce Grey Catholic schools. That means we need to eliminate woke education and other distractions in our education system. On a final note, I'll work to protect our right as Catholics to have schools which promote Catholic moral teaching. God bless.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Raven Reads. Unbox Indigenous voices. Subscribe today at ravenreads.org.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line. Email us or connect with us on social media.
I'm Mallory, and I was walking home one night when an impaired driver hit me. He had been overserved in 2 bars before getting behind the wheel. If the servers would have called him a cab instead of serving him more alcohol, my life would be the same as what it used to be. I think servers play the biggest role in keeping us safe because it's up to them what state the person's in when they leave. Refusing service isn't personal, it's the law.
At St. John Ambulance, we're all about community. We teach life-saving skills and provide community support through our volunteer services. All St. John Ambulance product sales and training registration